So we begin with number 1, and the directions say to simplify the expression or solve the equation. So number 1 is an equation. You have an equal sign, and we're going to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient 5, and my solution is t is equal to 4. Next, I have another equation, and negative 6x equals 36. So to get x by itself, we're going to divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient negative 6, and x equals negative 6 is my solution. Number 3 is an expression, 5t minus 20t. We can't solve it, but we can simplify it. So we're combining like terms, so we're going to combine the variable part. We're going to combine the coefficients and keep the variable part. So 5t minus 20t is going to be negative 15t. Number 4 is also an expression. We have 6x minus 36x, and that'll give us negative 30x. Number 5 is an expression, and we are going to simplify using the distributive property. I'm going to multiply twice. First 5w, and my second multiplication minus 15. Number 6, I'm distributing the negative 6. So I multiply twice. First negative 6x, and then negative 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. Here we have an equation. Before we can solve the equation, we simplify the expression by distributing. So we have 5w minus 15 equals 20. And now I'm going to add 15 to both sides of this equation. So I have 5w is equal to 35, and I divide both sides of the equation by 5, my coefficient, and w equals 7. In number 8, distributing, I have 6x minus 12 equals 36. So first I will add 12 to both sides of this equation. So 6x equals 48, and dividing by the coefficient 6, x is equal to 8. Number 9, to solve this equation, I want t by itself. To get rid of the negative 5, I will add 5 on both sides of this equation, and t equals 25. Number 10, I want the x alone on the left, so I'm going to subtract 6 on both sides of this equation, and x is equal to 30. Number 11, this is an expression. I have 5 plus t plus 20. So the like terms are the numbers, so I will have t plus 25, or 25 plus t. Number 12, we're going to simplify the expression by combining the constants. So I have x plus 30, or 30 plus x, either way. Okay, number 13. First I have to simplify this expression. I have 3 terms here. You're only allowed 2, so I'm going to combine the numbers. So I have 3p, and then 5 minus 2 is positive 3, equals 0. So I want the p alone, so I'm going to subtract 3 on both sides of the equation. So 3p equals negative 3, dividing by the coefficient 3, p equals negative 1. Number 14, here I also have to combine the two constants. 16 plus 2 is 18 minus 2k equals 0. So I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides of this equation. So I have negative 2k equals negative 18, and dividing by negative 2, k equals positive 9. Number 15, I have variable amounts on both sides, so I'll work with those first. I'm going to add 12u on both sides of this equation. So I have 35u plus 2 is equal to 72. And I'll subtract 2 from both sides of the equation. So 35u equals 70, and dividing both sides of the equation by 35, u equals 2. Number 16, that negative x is really a negative 1 coefficient. Negative 1x equals negative 14. So I will divide both sides of the equation by negative 1, and x will equal positive 14. Number 17, I have p divided by 5 equals negative 4. So since they're dividing by 5, I will multiply both sides of this equation by 5, and p equals negative 20. Number 18, first I'm going to add 8 to both sides of this equation. So I have b divided by negative 4 is equal to 12. And now I'll multiply both sides by negative 4. And b equals negative 48. Okay, so number 19 is an expression. So we're just going to simplify this. We'll be distributing negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 3 is positive 6. And then I have plus 14 and plus 10. And I'm distributing this negative sign, or negative 1, making that a negative x and a negative 4. And I'll combine the variable amounts, so negative 2x minus an x is negative 3x. And then 6 plus 14 is 20, plus 10 is 30, minus 4 is 26. And finally, number 20, that's an equation, but each of the expressions must be simplified. So I have 26, and then I'm distributing. So minus 3x minus 12 equals 11, and I'm distributing here, so it's minus 4x minus 4. So I have 3 terms on each side, and I have to combine the like terms. So 26 minus 12 is 14 minus 3x. And on this side, I have 11 minus 4, which is 7 minus 4x. So I'm going to add 4x to both sides of this equation. So I have 14 plus x equals 7. And then I'll subtract 14 from both sides of the equation. And my solution, x equals negative 7.